You don't get into trouble because of the things you don't know. It is the things you know that really get you into a mess. It's not enough that you believe what you see. You must also understand what you see. Nature is the source of all true knowledge. She has her own logic, her own laws. She has no effect without cause nor invention without necessity. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. He who never puts his trust in any man will never be deceived. Be a mirror, absorb everything around you, and still remain the same. Learning is the only thing the mind never exhausts, never fears, and never regrets. Fix your course on a star and you'll navigate any storm. Life is pretty simple. You do some stuff. Most fail. Some works. You do more of what works. Your brain is much better than you think. Just use it. Beauty perishes in life, but is immortal in art. Whatever you do in life, if you want to be creative and intelligent and develop your brain, you must do everything with the awareness that everything, in some way, connects to everything else. Motion is created by the destruction of balance. The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions. I am not poor. Poor are those who desire many things. There are three classes of people: those who see when they are shown, those who do not see. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. Experience is a truer guide than the words of others. An average human looks without seeing, listens without hearing, touches without feeling, eats without tasting, moves without physical awareness, inhales without awareness of odor or fragrance, and talks without thinking. Iron rusts from disuse, water loses its purity from stagnation. Even so, does inaction sap the vigor of the mind. Where there is shouting, there is no true knowledge. Study without desire spoils the memory, and it retains nothing that it takes in. All our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions. The smallest feline is a masterpiece. Learning is the only thing that never disappoints us. The greatest geniuses sometimes accomplish more when they work less. Poor is the pupil who does not surpass his master. Men of lofty genius, when they are doing the least work, are most active. The wisest and noblest teacher is nature itself. I'm not content to capture the world, I want to change it. The length of a man's outspread arms is equal to his height. Experience never misleads. What you are misled by is only your judgment, and this misleads you by anticipating results from the experience of a kind that is not produced by your experiments. I shall go down in history as the man who opened a door. Intellectual passion dries out sensuality. He who thinks little errs much. You will never have a greater or lesser dominion than that over yourself. The height of a man's success is gauged by his self-mastery, the depth of his failure by his self-abandonment, and this law is the expression of eternal justice. The knowledge of all things is possible. Although nature commences with reason and ends in experience, it is necessary for us to do the opposite, that is, to commence with experience and from this to proceed to investigate the reason. The young man should first learn perspective, then the proportions of objects. Next, copy work after the hand of a good master, to gain the habit of drawing parts of the body well, and then to work from nature, to confirm the lessons learned. Let proportion be found not only in numbers and measures, but also in sounds, weights, times, and positions, and whatever force there is. He who fears dangers will not perish by them. Advertisers constantly invent cures to which there is no disease. It vexes me greatly that having to earn my living has forced me to interrupt the work and to attend to small matters. But to me, all sciences seem vain and full of error. Fire destroys falsehood, that is sophistry, and restores truth, driving out darkness. Details make perfection, and perfection is not a detail. Time stays long enough for anyone who will use it. Obstacles cannot bend me. Every obstacle yields to effort. Truth is so excellent that if it praises but small things, they become noble. Common sense is that which judges the things given to it by other senses. The days are long enough for those who use them. A clever man without wisdom is like a beautiful flower without fragrance. Every man at 3 years old is half his height. In rivers, the water that you touch is the last of what has passed and the first of that which comes, so with present time. Practice should always be based upon a sound knowledge of theory. Whoever in debate quotes authority uses not intellect, but a memory. Man's external form, marvelously constructed, is not much as compared with the divine soul that dwells inside that structure. The world wouldn't be the world without treble. There is no higher or lower knowledge, but one only, flowing out of experimentation. Not to anticipate is already to moan. Wisdom is the daughter of experience. We must doubt the certainty of everything which passes through the senses, but how much more ought we to doubt things contrary to the senses, such as the existence of God and the soul.